All right, so one of the key indicators of stress in the body or responses to stress in the body is how and where you breathe. Understanding how you should be breathing will help you to feel when you have that stress breath happening. Okay, so most people, I'm gonna have Jolie breathe wrong. So most people breathe up in their neck and shoulders. Breathe up, yep, and exhale. And if you were to stop and look at yourself in the mirror and take a breath, you would probably see this happen. Do it again, Joe. See these clavicles come up, shoulders come up, this all tightens up. The way you should breathe is down in your diaphragm down here. See, good work, Jolie. So it is hard to do, and it takes practice. But it's only hard because we've been doing it wrong for so long because we started sitting when we were so young. If you look at an infant, a toddler even, when they're laying on their stomach, their ribs will breathe out like this, like an alligator, right? They call it alligator breathing. If you look at any mammal in the animal kingdom, when they breathe, the bottom of their ribs open up. Humans, because we're upright and we sit, we compress the diaphragm, and we end up breathing up in our chest and shoulders, which is a stress breath. And when you train yourself to breathe again in your diaphragm, then that stress breath becomes one of those signals to you that, hey, my body's in a stressful state, I need to downregulate it. But to do that, you gotta kind of understand it a little bit. So the diaphragm, it's this parachute-shaped muscle. If I took this and just kind of slid it right into Jolie here, it's attached to the whole base of her rib cage. Turn around for me. And so as it kind of comes all the way back here, and each quadrant, there are 4 quadrants of the diaphragm, front, left and right, and back, left and right, and each one is innervated separately. They can fire independently of each other. But the trick is to have them all firing in unison, and when they fire, it expands back and then collapses. So spin around again, Joe. And so as you watch, as she's breathing, my hand comes out and in. So when you inhale, this parachute flattens and pulls the air down into the bottom of your lungs, pushes the bottom of your ribs out, and then comes back up. This also, spin around for me again, Joe. So it's anchored around here, but then it comes all the way down to the 4th lumbar vertebra. So as this parachute here is collapsing and pulling the lungs down, at the same time, this muscle contraction is pulling up, right? Because the center point is pretty much right here at the bottom of the rib cage. And so as it contracts, you can see as it contracts, it would go from here and then come together. And as you do this movement, you're pulling air down in the bottom of your lungs, but you're also pulling up on your lumbar spine and a little bit forward. The neutrality of your spine really depends on you breathing appropriately in your diaphragm, because that's going to pull your lumbar spine a little bit forward. It also creates traction. We're going to talk a little bit about that later on, but having that muscle firing appropriately is huge. So many health benefits happen when that happens.